say to the people that are kind of saying that you've had the best time of your career and that you're now in the twilight of it? Do you still believe that you can get that UFC heavyweight title back?
Yeah, of course. That's why I'm here. Yeah, I really, really believe that I'm gonna be the champion again. And what I have to say for those people, wait to see. That's it.
Of all the places in the world, did you ever think that you, a Brazilian, and Ben Rothwell, an American, would fight here in Zagreb?
Well, I think we are in a good point of our careers, you know, actually. He's coming from great victories, and for me, you know, it's a very good fight, you know, that I win. After I get the victory, I'm going to be back in the point I was before, you know, close, not close, but like right there to fight for the title. So, yeah, I think we're going to give the people here in Zagreb a good show. You know, we are aggressive guys. We walk forward all the time. You know, we fight hard. So there is a lot of positive things on this fight.
Is this your first time here in Europe?
No, in Europe. I've been in Europe a lot, but here in Croatia is my second time. I was here like 2 months ago to promote the fight, and it was good. You know, I'm having good time. I was telling the guys here, you know, I'm having good times here because people are really nice and they are treating me very well. You know, and the food also is really good. So, and the city is beautiful. You know, I took some pictures. I'm gonna post on my social media. You guys will see like some places here.
And the weather?
Yeah, amazing. And also the weather. You know, people say it's not usual to be so hot like it is right now in April. So we brought good weather. You know, so it's good. It's good.
The last 5 years, you fought very, very tough competition from Cain Velasquez, Frank Mir, Alistair Overeem, Stipe Miocic, Mark Hunt. Did you want let's say, not so much of a tough fight against Ben Rothwell? Maybe like a tune-up fight at first to get you going again?
No. Se eu quero, sim, porque eu tô lutando com caras duros, né?
Did you want a lesser opponent?
Que eu quero pegar oponente mais fraco agora. Não. Não. Obrigado. Well, no, I think it's the right fight to do right now, you know, because he's coming from great victories, you know, and man, I had some, you know, some tough moments. I have some. I'm coming from a negative result in a fight, you know, but. People can't forget that I'm Junior Dos Santos and I can do unbelievable things inside the Octagon. And I'm ready to do this on Sunday night, so get ready to see some good action.
Obviously one of the most dangerous heavyweight fighters in the world. But you've got another side to your personality. You're very light-hearted, you're fun to be around. I've heard about how you learned English. A lot of that came from pop music. Is this true?
Yeah, it is. It is true. You know, I like to hear some, you know, good songs to learn English, and also watch some TV shows. You know, but I like to hear like Frank Sinatra. It's good because he speaks very clear, and everything what he say I can understand. So even when I don't know the word, you know, so it's good. And I like to watch news, but also I like to watch. Family Guy, Simpsons, all these things, you know, to learn the other side of the communication, you know. So yeah, it's been interesting to be learn English.
How important has it been for your career? Obviously, we've seen instances of other fighters from Brazil. Jose Aldo is a good example. He hasn't really picked up the English in the same way that you have. You know, whenever people talk about you and the way you put yourself across, they always talk about how good your English is. How important has that been for your career?
That's very important, you know. Since my first day, my first fight against Fabricio Verdun, I started learning English, you know, and I felt like I would like to communicate myself with other people, you know. I would like to understand what they are telling me, and tell them everything what I want. You know, so it's very important for me to give my to let them know my ideas. You know, not the ideas of a translator or something like this. But of course, I have Anna, and she's always with me because sometimes I don't understand very well the things, you know, and she helps me with that and all this, everything what I need, you know, especially here because some of the guys come from England or this place, and so they have accent, and I can't understand sometimes, you know, and then she helps me with that.
I was going to ask about that because obviously you got over at American top team, Brad Pickett is from England. Yeah. He's got the London accent, sort of similar to mine. But then you've got Rob Whiteford from Scotland. And even as an Englishman, Rob Whiteford's accent is sometimes quite difficult to understand. How do you cope with listening to him?
Yeah, well, sometimes we have hard times to understand everything. But I use the same strategy I was using at the beginning of my career when I started learning English. You know, I try to understand the whole phrase, not word by word, but the whole phrase, you know, because sometimes they say things that I don't understand, but the whole thing I can understand when they put all together. So I'll try to do that with them, you know. I think we understand each other.
Can I ask you, when you were a kid, was it tough to grow up in your neighborhood? I read something that you started working with when you were 10 years old, that you started working to help your family.
Yeah, well, I'm Brazilian, right? So, yeah, for sure it was tough. When I was young, you know, I had a tough...
When you were 10 or 11 or 12?
When I was, I had a pretty tough childhood. But I was very happy. That was the reality I had, you know, that I knew. So that was enough for me, you know. I was a very happy kid. And with 10 years old, I started selling ice cream at the streets. It's not ice cream, it's that, I think, popsicle at the streets and things like this, you know. And after the school, I went to school at the morning, and after the school, I went to the streets to sell popsicles, and it was good. It was good because I was making my own money, you know.
With your first money,
I remember the first money that I made, you know, was 10 reais and something. I remember because I came home and I gave to my mother, and I said, "Hey, Mama, I worked and I got this money," and she was happy with that. You know, she took the money and gave me back like 2 reais and something in a little, like some coins, you know. And I was so happy. I went to play video game. You know, I went to a video game place, and I played a little bit.
Were you in danger on the street as a kid?
In danger?
Yeah.
I didn't realize those moments, you know. I was a kid, you know. I didn't care about that, you know. Maybe sometimes when I got beat by my friends or something like this, but no, like those little.
We have heard here the stories about Brazilian favelas and how dangerous could it be. You weren't living in favela.
Yeah, I'm not from a big city, you know. The reality of the favelas are different, you know, because thank God I was in a big city and participate of that. But I come from Caçador. It's a small city in Santa Catarina, the state there in Brazil, and our reality there was a little different, you know, and tougher because the small cities, they don't have options for you. That's why I leave the city, you know, because I was a poor guy with 18 years old, and I couldn't see opportunities, you know, because I had to work to make money and help my family, and I couldn't study anymore. So I said, man, I'm gonna move to another city, maybe looking for better opportunities, you know. So that's what I did, you know. I moved.
Did you finish some school?
Yes, I did. I don't know. I don't know if it's high school, but we call median segundo grau. High school?
Qual série? Sétima?
No, segundo grau. No, segundo grau. High school.
How have you prepared for a fighter like Ben Rothwell, especially his go-go choke?
I'm very well prepared for this fight. You know, we train a lot. You know, for not like just to defend it myself. You know, from that go-go choke, but to attack him with some good skills. You know, some good boxing skills or even jiu-jitsu skills. So if he come, you know, with that go-go choke, I'll be ready to defend that and maybe give him some bad times in that position. But I'm already prepared. You know, we did a great camp there in Coconut Creek, Florida, at the ATT. So I can say that I'm ready.
Have you brought your old boxing coach back to your camp right now?
Yeah, it's not my old box. He's still my boxing coach. You know, I brought him because he knows me very well, and he knows how to motivate me more. You know, and also his, you know, ability to teach me boxing. You know, to push myself in the box. My boxing skills are amazing. So it was really good to have him working with me at this time. The only time I didn't have him was last time, and the result wasn't good. So I think it was a good decision to bring him back.
Can you talk about that fight in December with Alistair Overeem? A lot of people thought you looked a little gun shy, a little timid. What went wrong in that fight?
Well, yeah. I'm shiny. As a good boat, I'm shiny. Bold or bald? Bald. Bald. Not bold. Well, the question was how I felt. Well, I felt bad because I lost. No, but the fight was a tough fight for me, you know. And I was trying, I think it was a wrong strategy, you know, maybe, you know, because what I do, all the time I try to block the guy, you know. I put him against the cage and then I attack him. I make the fight happen. And at this time, I was moving just one side, avoiding his left kicks and knees. So the fight wasn't happening, you know. And then I started, but I didn't change that. I saw that moment that was happening, and I didn't change. So I paid the price for that, you know. So it wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't feeling. I was prepared. I was okay for the fight, you know, but I think it was a wrong strategy. That's it.